everybody. It's so chilly. So, hi, it's Michelle again from Half the National Average. I can't believe it's 26 days and here I am again. I'm just thinking, okay, don't think about 365 days. That's way too much. And that's not the habit hack. You cannot think 365 days. You really have to think today, and then tomorrow. So today's habit hack, number 26, if you haven't seen habit hack number 23, I'd say go back and watch it. It's all about your brain and how you have kind of two sections of your brain. Actually, it's one big section of your brain, but just to make it easy to personify it, you have two sections of your brain, a subconscious, kind of logical thinking portion of your brain, and both are inhibited by different, criteria. And then you have your effortful thinking brain, which is your F-150. And I describe it a little bit more in Habit Hack 23. So go back and watch that if you haven't. But today's habit hack has to do with those two. And it has to do with negative thinking and the negative effects of glucose when people are coming at you negative. So we're at around 26. So some of you are at about 30 days of your practice of habit hacks, because I missed a few days of my videos. And I just want to remind you, when you create a new habit, you're creating something in your life that affects everybody around you. So if you're creating a habit, let's say that you're attaching to something that you're doing in the morning, and maybe it's affecting your family, or maybe you're asking your family to just let you work out for 15 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever it is, and that's affecting the people around you. Or maybe it's that you changed your lunch plans with your lunch people and you're trying to, I don't know, knit. Paris, if you're there, somewhere out there in Germany. I talked to her today and she said maybe she might start join this project and knit every day for 5 to 10 to 15 minutes. That would be amazing. And then guess what? Chicken Moon found me, one of my favorite people in the world. And you know what? I'm so lucky that she's one of my favorite people, because she shouldn't be. Like, she met me when I was the biggest dope and she excused me. So I'll be forever grateful for you, Chicken Moon. Okay, so habit hack number 26. Let me stay on course. Glucose. So your brain, your Prius brain, loves to live in habits, and it loves to live in routine, and it loves to not use a lot of energy, doesn't want to use a lot of gas, and you live about 40 to 60% in routine, not even really effortful thinking. It's shocking, right? Right, Chili? It's shocking when you start to learn about how much your brain subconsciously makes decisions based on things that you're not even aware of, like priming. Priming is a perfect example. You have no idea that your brain narrowed you down to one course of thought, and you didn't even get an option to say, wait a minute, I want to think about this or I want to think about that. That takes effortful F-150 thinking. So when you have a negative nilly in your life, let's say, it's bound to happen. And I'm official. I got my first negative nilly. Oh my gosh, it made me official. I felt like Steve Martin. He said the first time somebody told him he will never do stand-up, he was like, finally, all the good people, somebody's told him not. And I mean, not that I'm good, but I'm excited that I got my first negative nilly. And it was a guy, he just said, I think his name is Jose Torres. And it's not, I know a Jose Torres. It's not him. I looked him up. I creeped on him too. I was like, And so the first thing is like, who is this? But he's like, you're annoying. I was like, well, I know I'm annoying. That is not up to debate. Like, all my friends and family know that. Like, that is not a case cracker. But I was just like, at first, thinking, well, why would you waste your time? But then I was like, I just asked them. Like Chris Voss, right? Mir, like, ask him. I just like, annoying? Like, what could I do to make myself not as annoying for you? And he's never responded. I hope he does. If you're out there, Jose Torres, and I'm annoying you again, I would just like you to know that when somebody is annoying you, or when somebody calls you annoying, that little piece of information will immediately create a emotional response in your brain. And at that point, limbic system might get into gear and get upset. And if it does, then what happens is your F-150 brain has to get involved, because now you might be wanting to respond in a negative way, like either you're annoying, or if you're in a meeting, you're trying to suppress your mean things that you want to say, or somebody gives you bad news, like, we're going to let you go tomorrow. More real than not. And you just think, well, I got to suppress all of this. And so what that does is that uses glucose. Tons and tons and tons of glucose. So anybody who's had to respond, anybody who's been in a situation where somebody's maybe irritating them, especially if it's like a friend, a family member, and they're just constantly grating away, and you're just holding back, and then the blow up happens inevitably. It's because you've gotten to the limit of your glucose. And you have no more glucose to feed that portion of your brain that pushes down that response. And so when you're trying to create a habit, and when people might be saying, you're taking from my time, or you're being annoying, or really you want to do that, that's so dumb. Immediately, you need to tell a different story. I mean, that comes great stuff from Crucial Conversations, but immediately make a story. And that's what David Foster Wallace was talking about. That's when you learn how to think. Because if you can immediately make a different story, like poor Jose, I'm so sorry that I bored you, or that I was annoying you. I mean, his hard, rough life that I saw, and I was just like, this happy, he thinks, cheerful person, it probably would annoy him because he doesn't know me. But immediately, once I made the story, whether it's true or not, trust me, the Prius doesn't care if it's true. I was like, I felt bad for him, and I really wanted to be less annoying for him. And those are the types of things that David Foster Wallace, click my link, it'll be up there for another week. That's what he's talking about. You have the ability to completely change every moment for yourself and to save that glucose for your own habits. Because as soon as you're just going on in the circular spiral of hate or anger or madness, or really even bothering yourself with people that are just confused fans. I mean, Jose, you're just a confused fan. You're not ready to say that you really like me, but I know that you do. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Habit hack number 26 is when you get the negative nillies, it's your responsibility as part of your habit to really protect yourself, tell a different story, save the glucose, do not let it grate on you, do not let it, simmer up, because you won't be able to maintain that, and you're just using tons and tons of glucose that you really don't need to. It's better to take care of that right away. Okay, that's all my habit. And did I tell you why I'm wearing my jacket? Because it's so cold, and I don't have my heater up, because I'm saving energy. This stock market thing, who knows what's going to happen? I got to save every penny. So I was like, I can put a jacket on. I don't need to put my heater on. Is that silly? It probably is. But that's the story I told myself. Okay, so what am I giving away today? Now, this was actually a gift, and it's so hard for me to give gifts away. So, Miss Clara, you gave this to me, but I will say that I used it very happily and well, and now it's time to go to somebody else who can also use it happily and well. It's the cutest little wallet, and the reason why I love it, it completely fits a phone in here, and it's a nice little pack, and it holds your credit card, and it's almost brand new, like slightly used. But this is yours if you want it. All you need to do is pick something that you have been dreaming about doing, practice it, announce it to 5 friends by tagging them, even if they're my 5 friends. I'll do that, the reason why, next week, because this is all about glucose. This week is about glucose. And then just DM me and I'll get it to you. All right. And thank you, Cindy, for finally getting something. I'm so excited. All right, you guys, that's it. I'm at, oh my gosh, I was trying to do it in 5 minutes. It's just impossible. Okay, tomorrow, habit hack number 26. I'll be there, or I'll be square. It might be square. I don't know. We'll see. I can't predict the future.